Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode. Looks like everything's going a bit slowly today. Just a heads up, because like that recording, it just started going like, you know, during that time. So expect might be a few confusions, or sorry, not confusions, a few connection issues. So I just read the word confusion in the chat, which I think means that Johnny had to go, but just in case, hello. Hello to Rayman as well, and Fox, and of course Josh. Anyone else joining us? Okay. I had I can't stay, but I had a funny idea, but the ballet pops aren't told singing because everything, so they get stuck. They get stuck somewhere. Music automatically starts playing, and they're like, "What?" Like Majesty just like gets Celeste to play a track, but then realizes a second later, it's like, "Oh wait, Celeste, we forgot to tell them. I need to get down there quickly." Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Wait. No, I was just gonna say yeah. Eli's gone. Fair enough. Hopefully, I can have confusing description. Oh, that's a good point. Yes. Before we get to today's episode, it was mentioned that there's stuff in the description. So yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. Eli left. Fair enough. Okay. I know. We'll see if she catches the stream later. Once again, sorry to about the setup. Part of it is because we were actually out at dinner. I still have like ongoing like truncated birthday celebrations. So this was the parents one because I was away from my dad for my actual birthday. So yeah. And we actually so yeah, we were out, and I didn't realize like what time it actually was, and I was like, oh wow, this got to start. And I'm glad you asked me what I'm drinking, because that's the other reason this stream started late. I went to get myself just some it's not Lemsip, it's something else basically, but it's for headaches. Because yeah, obviously like last week I had on and off headaches, and today they seem to have come back whilst out for that dinner. But you know, the food was delicious, so I'm not complaining too much. So yeah, no, it's not coffee. It's a pick me up of a whole different kind, and that may or may not actually kick in after I finish streaming. But you know, still, not like I ever need headaches, headache medication whenever I go through a gacha video, right? 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 Okay, let's see. So the notes in here are in the description. They say, "I did the best I can for Jive and Roomba. The only confusing thing would probably be who the final two is, or who the final two are." Johnny, that's not clarifying confusion. That's just stating that there is no confusion. I guess I'll be the judge of that today. I mean, I always am, but you know, I say the thing anyway. So, all right, I guess once this loads, okay, I guess we're dealing with a black background this time. That's fine. Let's go. Ballroom Pops 786. And I immediately turned the music down. So there we go. Okay, now Ballroom Pops episode 6. So, Madeline, you ready for your first ballroom lesson? I don't know, Priscilla. It's too much to ask. I noticed that she's not calling her Prissy yet, which actually does make sense because they don't know each other that well yet. That's a nice detail. Don't be shy. The jive is energetic and fun. Sí, confía en nosotros. Translation: trust us. I should also point out that a couple of days ago, I ended up catching an episode of Monster High, which I've never seen before. But it turns out there's a character in that called Laguna who does basically the same thing uh, where she like just like inserts Spanish into a sentence, or just in this case goes with a full just speaking the language. That's my well. Speaking of Spanish, oh, that goes Kitty. Uh, that's something that my brother, and to a lesser extent, I used to do. Mostly him, because because when we moved to Spain, he was so young that he was still grunge. And then maybe it was Skeletor. I don't actually know the names of the characters. I remember Laguna being mentioned, and the episode I watched was about Claudette, and that's it. Draculaura was also one that I remembered from years and years ago from adverts. So that's all the names I know. So she's an Australian sea monster. Okay, so perhaps it wasn't her then. Anyway, point is that somebody did that. They were saying like, oh yeah, around the Castillo and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I see what you're doing here. Well, and considering that you knew who I was talking about, Johnny, I'm gonna guess that was a little bit of inspiration for this character, which um, yeah. So, but either way, it is like an actual thing. It's not just a quote like, "Oh wow, guess what? I'm Spanish, and this is how you're gonna tell that I'm Spanish or whatever." It's an actual thing that happens, especially if you learn two languages at the same time. In fact, one of my exes had this exact same issue, except for in her case, she was actually told, well, instead of so when her parents realized it was an issue, they decided to raise her entirely in English and just forget Spanish altogether. And then it became a joke. She knew no Spanish, so anyway. How is BB, Maya, and Aiden? Well, BB, I know, is actually doing pretty well. She's currently working on the novelization of some Markiplier videos, so, classic BB happy project there. Maya is quite overwhelmed with a lot of stuff that's going on at the same time, most of which that she's in charge of organizing or to do with college or whatever. So occasionally she calls me to, just, calm down, essentially. I bit, she referred to me as the teen therapist for years, despite the fact that I haven't been a teen for most of the time she's known me now, but, used to. Yeah, as for Aiden, I think he's about the same, honestly. He hasn't, last time he was asking me a little bit about me and my situation, so I didn't really talk about any updates to his necessarily. So I have to assume that it's about the same as last time. But yeah, next time I end up talking to him, then I'll ask. I'm just working on Once Upon a Valentine, which I'm getting close to finishing. Just got a few more scenes to make. Good. As for my thing, I've mostly been designing characters. That was what I was doing a lot of yesterday for my first ever Gacha Plus series. So that kind of like put everything else on hold that I was supposed to be working on, like like techno pops and stuff like that. I wanted this brand new thing to be a thing that I could make in Gacha Plus and take advantage of the hype. So we'll see how that goes. I do also have one more Mutant Girl scene to finish before the remake happens, so that's gotta come in sometime soon. But we'll see. It kind of struck me today as well that the fact that there's always so many large gaps between Mutant Girl projects, because I keep trying to put stuff in the middle, which then eventually means that I end up delaying like both of those things. It's kind of like always the struggle I had with the Mutant Girl back in the day, that it was taking away from all the other time, like the other stuff that could have been focused on. So I never actually know or get the chance to do what you guys do and explore other avenues because I'm just not fast enough to do so. So who knows? I'm hopefully gonna make this particular one a little bit easier to do. That being said, there are quite a lot of characters that get introduced like right off the bat because it's the first episode. So once that gets off the ground, then we'll see. Anyways, let's actually watch the episode. Okay. Priscilla and I will show you. Oh, sequel to Priscilla too. Okay. Despite being the oldest friends, maybe it wasn't the connection I thought it was. I'm impressed they can shuffle their feet and then not move anywhere, but fair enough. Limited gacha movement. Wow, he managed to like lift her up in the. Oh, I guess he just kind of jumped. Yeah, the walking wrist because the leg flicks and jive makes sense. Okay, maybe I can give it a shot. That is what you're here for, so I should hope so. Okay, let's. Girls, where did you go? Oh, hey, you pulled off the teleportation effect from Alphawitch Academy better than I did. Huh. Whoa, where are we, Madeline? I don't know. Prissy? Why is my hand orange? That's a good question. What? I think we're in Just Dance. Oh yeah, that was mentioned. That was the start of this episode. Okay. I thought that said "grr." Not quite. If you want someone that says "grr," go watch Running With You. You mean the #1 dance game in the world? This episode sponsored by Just Dance. Yeah. Who could have took us here? Take a wild guess. Oh wait, no, Vampire doesn't have that voice. Forgot. Anyway. Yes, I captured you in, and here's the best part. You'll be trapped in here forever! Wasn't there like a Miraculous Ladybug episode where they get trapped in a video game or something like that, and then they have to like do like battle a bunch of people to escape? Kind of gave me Dragon Ball vibes at the time. Just to be clear, I was not sponsored by Ubisoft. Just Dance? You mean the #1 dance game in the world with however many million downloads it has, currently available on the App Store? And with my promo code Wipeout14, you can get 10% off your next in-game purchase. I don't know. I don't know if even has in-game purchases. Whatever. Fine. Don't worry, Madeline. I'll warn the others. Pass on to Ballroom Pops. Madeline and I are trapped in Just Dance. We need help. I would assume that the other Ballroom Pops are going to be arriving sometime soon, right? Because I mean, if Vampa can teleport 2 of them, just from the Ballroom place, unless he like had to try like pinpoint their location, then he should be able to get all the other ones at the same time. So if I make this episode 5, well, yes, I am, because episode 5 was quite something to get through. But yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, it's not like this is over yet, but yeah, considering how I rated episode 5, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say this is already better. Be careful though, this might be a trap. Run along and don't come back. It is undoubtedly a trap. Ha! Good luck getting a signal here. Sorry, I thought it was like the start of their routine. So like, they're like getting ready, taking like their first pose that they were about to do something. I didn't realize it was right at the end. I think what also caught me off guard is the fact that is that is that is like Claire de la Lune, and that's I know I used that track several times, and that's very clearly the beginning of it. So I was like, okay, we're about to see something that's gonna, come along from here. Oh wait, nope, they're done. All right, I guess they would do the first 10 seconds of Claire de la Lune. Yes, round of applause for them. Well, be nice to Rose. She's lost her kingdom. She can an excuse for less rehearsal time. Let's hear it for the Roomba by Rose and Charlie. That's the slowest Roomba I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, and now for our final performance of the season with a jive, Priscilla Pasaloble and Tom Tornado. I forgot that was his name. How did I forget that was his name? Yeah. I said Priscilla Pasaloble and Tom Tornado. Where are Priscilla Pasaloble and Tom Tornado? Oh, that's the actual joke. Well, now I feel silly. Oh wait, actually, I just realized I couldn't see the username at the top there. It's actually Johnny himself saying this. Oh, I went back by accident. And yeah, I have to, like automatically, I always like predict something right before it happens. I don't know why. That's just always, anyway. Okay, maybe they're still rehearsing, possibly. Although I will say, Tom didn't get teleported, so he could always come out or explain to the judges that something has happened or along those lines. While the stage hands, that's usually what happens. Unless something bad happened to them. Guys, it's Priscilla, come on. And this is, the message from before, where they actually did indeed get a signal. Yep. That's a long-running gag, by the way. Yeah, you won't be jealous in a second when you have to go there. But yeah, very man, you're new here. That's a long-running gag that I always say something that comes true like immediately after it happens. Right. Sis, it's a bad thing. They're trapped in Just Dance. You know Just Dance is my favorite game, sis. With the new expansion pack, you can get the 2 for the low, low price of $1.99. Wendy, I wouldn't like being trapped in it either. You guys don't understand. One thing that's weirdly consistent for the Ballroom Pops is that they all seem to demonize each other's hobbies. I don't know, like, because obviously with Prissy before, with the situation with forgot a superhero name now, with Alia, and oh, Rain, I should have actually remembered that. Yeah, but yeah, having to go through all of that, and in search across Paris now, she constantly they've got freaked out, and now we just have Wendy, who I guess really overreacted to like any sort of critique about being stuck inside of Just Dance, which makes me think she must have had like does she have like some sort of like childhood like dream of like going inside of Just Dance? Oh my word! Now just imagining just if she just like goes off on her own and then like breaks into song like it's a Disney movie all about her lifelong ambition of going inside the Just Dance video game. I just pictured that. I'll go talk to her, Quinn. You and Melissa should go save Prissy and Madeline. I mean, here's the question though. If they go and save Prissy and Madeline right now, what's the guarantee they can then teleport back? Because if Prissy and Madeline are trapped, then surely that means that they would be trapped as well if they went there too. Then they're going to need a plan of some kind. I just love, yeah, confirmed, absolutely. It's always been a dream to get trapped in my favorite game. That is a very, very, very classic example of a monkey's paw wish right there. One of these outfits, mostly roses and greens outfits. I forgot Green Girl's name. That's fair. Is this supposed to be our dance background? Like so. Oh, I like how they're like centered. This is how you. I guess that I assume this is why you would see it in the particular app in question. Incidentally, am I sensing if this is the possibility of like getting trapped inside dance themed video games? Um, could there possibly be a future episode about Friday Night Funkin' on the horizon? I mean, not that I play that game either. I just imagine from the setup here. There they are, Quick Step, in the exact same background as we are, which I guess in an in-app situation would make sense. I don't know. Yay! Recibiste mi mensaje! Which means you received my message. I'm surprised you don't get people like asking you in the comments what Prissy's saying. I'm not complaining really, but yeah. You'll put that into thought. Fair enough. I just realized something else. You know, look at look at Prissy and Madeline a second, and then also look at look at Quick Step, and now I've forgotten the other one's name now. Like if you look at the way that their skin is, like one of them, you know, like two of them have regular like human colored light skin, whereas the other two are white by like the purest definition. They are like they are like skeleton white. Like what's up with that? Uh, okay, yeah, Mambo, thanks. Yeah, but yeah, so like, how come two of them are just in those like the palest creatures to ever walk the earth, and the other two, they're pale but also flesh-colored pale. You know what I mean? Aren't they trapped too? That's what I was saying before. Surely, if they teleport in, they'd be also under the same trap. Oh, that's how the Just Dance coaches look like. Oh, so those two are trapped as if they're like AI. That's why they can't leave, but the other two can teleport in and out at will. Okay, I like that explanation. Actually, it harkens back to one of my second favorite TV show of all time, Code Lyoko, where the whole first season, while the overlying goals is materializing the person who they think is an AI character into the real world, and whereas the people who are already born in the real world, they can virtualize themselves into the digital world, and they can come back and forth like as many times as they want. There's a little bit of recharge time, but they never say that in the actual series. But so yeah, I guess it's just like how they'd be coded in this particular instance. That's quite an ingenious setup. I like that. Abba failed a maths exam and he got treated badly by a school friend. I'm sorry to hear that. If he shows up here, then do something for him, hopefully. But otherwise, I'll have to just see. I also realized I've got Discord messages. Oh, never mind. It's Oh, okay. So the new Theorist channel has just released, which is called the Style Theorists. I just realized this was BB's announcement. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, where beauty is a science. Suit up and come on, we answer fashion's most important question: is your makeup poisonous? Could a high heel actually kill someone? And do the Hulk's pants even stay on? Our closet is full of things and explore the world of styles, trends, fashion in A, and that's all the Discord says. I guess this video is now brought to you by Style Theorists. We'll see how that goes. Anywho. Which's outfit kind of looks like girlfriends. Future episode. You okay, Quick Step? I may have made my sister upset. Just asked her favorite game and she got jealous. Well, see that? Yeah. Unfortunately, and the weird thing is that if she hadn't decided to sulk and run off, she could have actually come with you. She's going to be even more jealous when she realizes that by her own rash reaction, she wasn't able to go in to join in on this. I feel like that's poetic justice, honestly. Está bien. Okay, then, in that case. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's get out of here, cheer her up, and get the trophy at the competition. I'm impressed, by the way. Está bien is not a literal translation. Well done on you for that. I mean, also, you say let's get the trophy at the competition, but aren't you all, like, competing against each other? It's like saying, oh, yeah, let's go back, so we can go back to being rivals, One of us will get the trophy, potentially. Anyway, speaking of Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Leave me alone, Rose. You wouldn't understand the pain I'm going through right now. My kingdom was destroyed, and everyone I knew has died. So... And yes, Wendy did have a massive oops moment. Yes, absolutely. You can tell me what's on your mind. I just angered my sister just because of jealousy. There is nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is. You can stop moping on a bench and go help. That's the only reason that all four of you aren't there. Like, what on earth are you talking about? Oh, did that actually happen? Oh, the kingdom thing. Yes, episode 4 of Ballroom Pops is where that gets explained, if you're curious. Link in the description to this video, but then that will show you the channel for all the other ones. I'm sure Quinn is feeling the same way. You think so? Oh, please, it's written by Johnny, of course she is. There, yeah. Now let's go in there and see if either of us won the trophy. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, you barely did a routine at all, Rose, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. Everyone else, yeah, why not? Okay. I mean, you could also just go to Just Dance right now, which is the thing that Wendy wanted in the first place. I can also, be where she can ask for forgiveness from her sister. 2 birds, 1 stone. And the trophy is kind of secondary because, your friends are in danger. But I don't know. I guess, yeah, this works too. That's the last of my headache medication. I forgot to mention that you guys voted for the winner. By you guys, do you mean you like us as in the judges within the show, or you mean the fans? Do you know what some of these guys need? A chancla. Just being like, oh, I'm sorry, you sulked and ran off because because you decided to go that we had to go into Just Dance. Get up! Get up! Your sister's in danger. Go help her. What is wrong? What is wrong with you? Oh, on the community tab. Okay, fine. I mean, they didn't really see the routines, did they? I guess it's just oh, narratively, who do you want to win? I suppose that works too. Anyway. Hey, babe, I'm so sorry that I disappeared. Please tell me you weren't disqualified. I mean, you got some bad news there. Also, how did you get back so quickly? Was it really that simple? You just teleported into Just Dance, didn't do any sort of penance or routine or anything, and then were able to go back as soon as someone else teleported in? That is probably the worst trap ever. That is the situation where has anyone here seen pitch meetings? That's the kind of thing where it would be like, oh, I guess it'll be tough to bring them back from Just Dance then. Oh, actually, it's going to be super easy. bet an inconvenience. And then, like, yeah, exactly. That was indeed fast. Is that the real? Is that the real Prissy? Like, great, I still got confusion. I mean, it is kind of confusing when you trap someone in a game and then they just immediately able to escape as soon as someone goes and fetches them. It's kind of like, putting someone down a well that they can only just about not reach out of, and then someone else comes along and like immediately lifts them, and that's it. It's the equivalent of doing that just on a magical scale. Anyway, so yeah, of course it's a bit confusing. Like, could this be a trap from Vampa possibly? But apparently it's not confirmed. It isn't. They just left. Just left. That's a very old JonTron reference, by the way. No, Mike was kind enough to do the jive with me. Oh, nice. I mean, you still didn't go to the stage at time, but fair enough. That's good. Except, where were you in Madeline anyway? Vampa trapped us in Just Dance. Like I said, lo siento mucho. I missed it. I'm impressed about like how much better the Spanish is in these later episodes. I don't know what method you're particularly doing, but to make the to make this stuff like work way better. But keep it up. It's okay. I'm just glad you're okay. All right, Wendy and Tony, Rose and Charlie. The winners are. Again, these are clearly, of course, the only. Well, I see. Come on, it better be Wendy and Tony. I swear. Oh, you're just using Google Translate. Okay, well, maybe you're getting lucky then, but I guess just keep getting lucky. I don't know. Rose and Charlie! Boo! They barely did anything. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know there was a whole routine before we came into the video. It's just the fact that the music starts in the beginning, so it seemed like they were just getting started. Anyway. God, I love that gasp. That gasp sound effect. It was unanimous out of 8 votes. You know why I think that is? It's probably because people have just seen Rose go through like such intense trauma. They feel like, you know what, she needs a win. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, what does that mean? Lo siento mucho. Oh, you got it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to start the episode all over again. And okay, there we go. All right, well, that was another glitch in my camera. That was the episode. And yeah, it's I don't know if it's because I'm just this is one of my shortest streams ever. I don't know if it's just because I got a headache and I'm, going through this, or the fact I have no guests or anything, or the fact that, potentially like this episode definitely could have like promised a lot more. Like, I know that Josh is going to ask me. Now that I've watched the whole thing, it is leagues better than episode 5. Absolutely. The only thing here really is, well, it's this episode might not seem too short. It's because everything that I end up reviewing always like goes into massive overtime because I talk about everything. 6 minutes long. That's about average for ballroom pops, I think. But the difference is that I guess I just want too much this time, because the main conflict, it seems, the main setup there, being trapped inside of Just Dance, kind of ended up just getting completely sacrificed. It was like a bailout. I mean, I'm because I'm guessing that considering that Just Dance has, animation and considering like how many dance poses there are in actual Gacha, I feel like it might have been a little bit easier. Maybe not to tie something into like ballroom movements necessarily. Again, no expert here, but I imagine Just Dance would have been a bit easier. Like, imagine, for example, like all that really needs to happen is say, for example, um Quick Step and Mambo had to complete a Just Dance routine to, get the other two out of the game. But the other two, as they're now programmed as coaches, they're able to perform the routines flawlessly on the maximum setting, meaning that that they had to be rhythm perfect, which means that then they'd have to solve, they have to do the classic pops thing when music solves everything, meaning that they have to that they win through dance, as the ballroom pops were able to do, and no one else. That to me would have been the best way to get them out, rather than just being like, "Oh, hey, guess what? We're here now. All right, bye." And Vampa being like, "Oh yes, good luck getting a signal. Curses! They got a signal." Like, come on. Um, but yeah, I think actually I'm noticing one thing that I've like briefly glossed this over in terms of Johnny's writing, and it's hard for me to phrase exactly what the problem is, because on one hand I really do like that Johnny is able to do like have his characters be both happy and sad, and they have their struggles that are seemingly a bit more mundane, but or well, most of the time. Sometimes they have a whole genocide to get over, but that's a whole other subject. Um, and I'm not saying you're a bad story maker. I'm just gonna nip that in the bud right before we carry on. You're not a bad story maker. But yeah, like everyone has shortcomings in writing. In fact, there's like a whole 2-hour stream where where Monet rips into both me and Aiden and our particular writing styles, and we have a whole back and forth about that, which I intend to use when I eventually go back and continue writing Mutant Girl, which weird enough I still haven't done since then because again we're so far ahead of schedule, in terms of writing at least. Yeah, that's the whole story for another day. But basically, we all have shortcomings. The thing with you, Johnny, is that while you're able to do like the happy and sad stuff, I think you focus a bit too much on characters getting sad as the main conflict of an episode, because a lot of your characters will blow up over like like something very minor, like one person being like, "Hey, you know how they're like trapped inside a place that they can't escape? That's kind of a more serious thing. Priorities here, even if it is a good game." It's like, how dare you? How dare you say that this is not a good situation? I'm going to go off and have a good old cry. It's times like that when getting sad should not be like the main focus. It's also stuff like, in the previous episodes where I mentioned that that they were so preoccupied about not making certain characters sad when they got their memories back, that detracted from the fact that the main conflict should have been that their memories were lost in the first place. So it's the same situation. There is on one hand the threat here is their memories are lost. That's already the stakes for that. Whereas the main thing that they were worried about was making sure that the people weren't sad, rather than the fact that Paris ended up having depleting its supply of heroes in one fell swoop. You know what I mean? Like perspective. And then the same thing here. You have two characters that are trapped inside a video game potentially forever, and the main conflict comes in the form of somebody, rushing off, abandoning those friends because they're sad. That's that's the thing. That's the difference. Like having characters react emotionally to something is not a bad thing. It's just that when you pair those problems to the other problems you present in the episode, they really aren't that important. And when you're dealing with superheroes whose who one of their main points of superheroes is arguably to put the needs of others above themselves and deal with their traumas like afterwards, which it takes a lot longer a lot of the time. That's why a lot of superheroes like work in that fashion. Then it becomes a bit more of an issue. That's what I kind of think here. If you want to dedicate an entire episode to someone like getting sad or something, or like an argument that's happening, by all means do so. There are plenty of ways that can be done. In fact, I've attempted that myself to, you know, but whether my success on that matter is not ready for me to say, but you know what I mean. Then again, the last time I did do that, it resulted in somebody in my co-writer trying to assassinate the person who caused the sadness within the script. So I'd like to say that that was successful, but either way, you have no idea how many times I'm told that. I mean, yeah. Well, sorry to repeat stuff in that case. Sorry to bring that probably from outside sources to your gacha. I don't want to sound redundant, so I'll leave that be for now. Either way, way better than episode 5. Just yeah. Next time the threat is definitely going to be paramount. I wonder if that's I wonder if that no, I was going to say something else about Miraculous Ladybug, but I don't have enough knowledge about that. Anyway, um, I went to work on Once Upon a Valentine. Fair enough. Okay, yeah, so Josh agrees. All right, well, I think that's it. Honestly, again, there's not too much else to say about this. Oh, there is one thing else I shall say. I like the fact that I mentioned this like briefly in the description as well, but I like the fact that we're giving the character, maybe like Madeline, the newcomer, a bit of a spotlight with inside the world of ballroom dance itself. I imagine that at some point she's going to have a partner that's going to be assigned to her rather than just tagging along with Prissy and Tom, which works for now. But yeah, I'm sure that the studio executives are going to manage that at some point, which, to be honest, might become a good source of conflict and or sadness later if you wanted to develop an episode about that specifically, or not. I don't know. Depends. Up to you. Um, could even be somebody from a distant past that comes back to haunt her about something else that happened a long time ago, bringing back a bunch of memories, sad memories or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, decision's yours, but I'm just spitballing here. What else should I say? Oh, yeah, I was saying before that I like the fact that she's introduced me to dance. I think, yeah, it's good to have the ballroom thing come back, which is one of the things that I mentioned was sort of, being strayed away from last episode. I'm glad that I was able to help with that at least. So yeah, end on a positive note. That's definitely what I should say. Okay, I've prolonged the stream for enough time, so I think that's my cue. So please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you've not done so already. And on that note, until next time,